Hi everyone, Plastic EP here from Melbourne, Australia. And I got two of the biggest live wires in the entertainment business today. Mitch Weissman, direct from his Dodge truck. Charles Rosenay direct from Star Wars. What?
From Star Wars?
Sure.
I'm doing my interpretation of Mark Hamill.
Yeah, that's right. Someone said you look like an older statesman of
Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker. That's right.
It's freezing up, boys.
Now, what's up? You know it's my birthday. You know I got a birthday show on the 10th of July. That's why I got you guys on.
Yeah, so we want to wish you a happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're the only
thing. Whatever you want to say.
Well, Plastic,
you're the only person who starts his birthday a month before. The celebration starts in May, and it continues through the end of July.
That's right. There's only one Plastic's birthday. That's over 2 months.
No, we
2
got
months birthday wishes.
My real birthday's on the 9th of July here in Australia, but the show's going to go the 10th. So whatever we say now's in the show, and I'll edit it. What I got to say, I appreciate two of the greatest people I know to come on to give their time. Charles has already done an interview from the pool. He did it from a mobile phone. That's something people are going to be surprised by that interview. But having you in the truck, Mitch, that makes it. That makes my day. Tell me about your truck.
It's the most private place I have right now. Let's forget.
And you know what? You're parked in the driveway of your house, aren't you?
I'm sweating my brains out outside in the driveway. Yeah, right. Yeah.
All right. Anything you want to say about Plastic EP before we get in that conversation? Before I got more to say.
I don't know. What do we want to say about him, Charles?
I don't know, Mitch. I think now that we're wishing you a happy birthday and all that, I think the truth about you and me has to come out. I'm really think it's time.
Things have been for a lot of years now. Many people don't know Good Day Sunshine was originally my idea, and Charles went and stole the whole damn magazine.
Well, that's true. And also, I was the original voice of Paul McCartney in Beatlemania, and Mitch was lip syncing on me for years. And I think it's got to come out and be told now.
It should be told now, exactly. I'll admit to it now. All that screaming and stuff, it was all Charles. Everything was Charles.
So, you know how they got?
We gave you.
They got those shows. Sorry, you know how they got those shows. You know, you drive around and have a coffee. This is better. This is conversation with Mitch in his truck.
I feel like moving out to the van and continuing on, so it has a theme here.
Yeah. Tell me about your truck, Mitch. Come on, what is it?
Well, it's a 2006 Dodge Dakota truck. What makes it unique is there's probably only 40,000 miles on it. We got a really great deal, and we don't drive a heck of a lot. So, except for the long drive up here to Washington when we moved out of Los Angeles. Other than that, it's an amazing find, and it's in fantastic shape. Little body work from the little nicks and knacks over the years, but it's ours. We own it. My wife owns it. It's her car, Jackie's car. So God bless her, and God bless the car. And God bless Plastic EP and his birthday in July.
What music do you play in the CD player? We've got to know what's your 5 top songs that you play in the CD player.
Well, if I had a CD player that worked, because that's the only thing about this car, it's been dead for about 5 years, so you get a lot of quiet time in here.
Like an 8-track, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure beats 8 tracks. Yeah, no, it's funny. The CD player's here, but it hasn't worked in years. As a matter of fact, here's the faceplate, just sitting right here doing absolutely nothing.
I think Charles jinxed it. This
radio. This is my cone of silence. Yeah.
I think the theme here is old vehicles, old people. Happy birthday to you.
Yes, it is. However,
Charles, what do you drive?
What's that?
What car do you drive, Charles?
I drive a 2008 Chrysler minivan.
Is that good for picking up the groceries?
Close. It's actually the same. It holds equipment. It holds slews of records if I go to a record convention.
It even holds an occasional artist or two.
Exactly.
Was it got two doors at the back, is it, that opens up like a minivan, like from England?
It's one of those James Bond vans, so it can go on water and it can fly as well. It's pretty special.
It's like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Exactly. Is your next trip to the tip?
What's that?
The next trip to
Is your next trip to the tip? You know where you dump the car and walk away?
No, not me. No, I'm
talking to Charles. I'm talking to you.
I gotta show you guys this if it could come up. This is a picture.
Yeah, we can see it.
This is a picture of me looking like.
Wow.
Is it visible?
Yeah.
We posted it, and everyone said, "Oh my God, Charles, you look like Paul when you were younger." And I wrote, "No, I look like Weissman."
Yes, I remember that.
Hey, Mitch, Charles, can I just get you just to turn your phone down just a little bit because it's echoing? Just a volume, just a fraction.
I don't have that. Should I talk softer?
What are you using? Are you using a computer or a phone? What are you using?
A laptop.
Okay, that's all right. If you turn the volume down a fraction, it'll come out better, just if you can.
Low
if
on
you
the phone.
talk softer, it's okay.
How's that?
Your volume is making me echo too. Doesn't matter.
I just turned down the volume.
Okay, that's better. I can hear you better. You're looking good too.
Sorry.
How come you look pixelated?
Live right now. This is the technical aspect we all.
He looks worse than us, Mitch. I'm serious. He's pixelated.
This is me in CGI. It's not really.
It's not really him.
You know why? It's one of his horror shows.
It's an incredible simulation.
No, I can hear you perfect now, Charles. You guys can talk. I talk too much.
In Good Day Sunshine.
Mitch, I heard a recent interview with you and Leslie and Justin.
That was pretty interesting.
I heard some stories from you that I'd never known and never heard, and that was awesome. I really love that.
Thank you. Well, actually, Les has been a guest on that other show a couple of times now, as he talks more about his career stuff. It's pretty amazing. The stories that are coming out of Les now are the stories we never heard before when we were younger. So either he's remembering more, or there's just more stories. I'm not sure.
Or he's got a better imagination now.
Well, that's something we can always think about.
Thank you for mentioning that. In 2014, for the Beatles' 50th anniversary, we tried really hard to reunite the original four guys, yourself and Justin.
Yeah, we really wanted to do it, but it just the logistics for all of us, including Charles, and the rehearsals. I mean, the band hadn't played together since 40 years before that, so or more. So It was kind of hard to get it together that fast, do it again. And Joey had said the same thing. It just was not enough time to prepare.
Yeah.
There are a lot of bands out there now, and we would have to have been in much better shape than we were at the time. That's all.
For plastic edification, because we didn't know, we did a 50th anniversary of the Beatles in New York. We did 4 different nights. I tried really hard to get the 4 guys together, and there was one holdout, but they wouldn't have had to dress up. They wouldn't have had to do the wigs and costumes. Just get on stage and do a piece. And I get it. You want to come back. You want to be great. You want to do the right thing, look good and sound good. And we have the preparation. I get it.
Yeah. It just was a little hard for us to do. Some of us still haven't spoken to each other. So playing together would have been a lot easier, but it reminded me a lot of the Eagles' Hell Freezes Over tour. That's
right. Except in this case, together, Hell actually freezes over. Aren't you still a Beatle on call though? If there's like shows, are you still a McCartney?
Pacific Northwest right now. I'm in Bellingham, Washington. I have pretty much pulled myself out of that market. I was actually going to do there's a Kiss record being done, a Kiss tribute album being done by my friend John, and amazingly, John, I'm so sorry, I've just forgotten your damn last name. It's terrible. We were just before this COVID thing hit. I was going to do the live vocals on a track that he prepared of one of my songs that was on Kiss's Animalize album, While the City Sleeps. And that's the next project I have coming up, is me actually singing that for the record. And we're just trying to get it done. He's all ready. Production's done already. I just got to find someone who wants to let me record a vocal in their studio and isn't afraid of getting ill. So that's about it.
Don't tell Justin, he'll hear Kiss. He'll be on the next plane.
That's fine. I'll get Eric Singer to give him another lesson.
Right. Plastic, are you a Kiss fan as well?
I'm a big Kiss fan. Listening to Mitch's stories are the best. And you know what? I reckon being in Beatlemania is one thing, but I reckon living with Gene is another. That's a story in itself. That's a TV reality series right there.
Yeah.
Well, you'll get a kick out of this. I pitched when Gene Simmons had his TV show. I pitched to the producer that he comes along on our Beatle tour as a fan, and they ignored it. And then the next season, he was in Abbey Road, he was in Liverpool, he was doing all the Beatle things. I pitched he comes on one of our Dracula tours. Never heard about it. And I also pitched, this is so out there, for a while there I was doing Passover trips overseas. People, we'd take over the hotel, we'd have 500 kosher Jewish people, and I said, come and be a guest at that. And none of the producers went for any of those.
Yeah, it looks like they took the idea of going to the Beatle thing and just made it their own. That's all.
Right. And that was a great episode. I don't know if you saw it. That was really, he was just overwhelmed.
Now, I got to ask you, Charles, please, while I have this opportunity, I want you to tell everybody out there in the world about your big event, right, that's happening October the 9th, John Lennon's 80th birthday. Tell me all about the big event now while you're here.
Well, as Mitch knows, we've done Beatles shows and tributes and everything all over the place. We've done a lot of great stuff with me in the past. But Connecticut is my home base. So every 5 years since John Lennon's 70th birthday, we've done a special tribute concert. It's part of the show he would give if he was still with us. And we're doing it again this year. It's called Imagine 80. Hard to believe he would have been 80 on October 9th. It's in Norwalk, Connecticut at Norwalk Concert Hall. Tickets are $19.40 because that's the price of same price as his birth date. And it's www.rememberlennon.com. We're doing things a little differently because of the virus. There'll be seats in between, people booked, and also rows in between. So I'm putting you to sleep, Mitch. You okay there?
Yeah. No, it's not you. No, it's actually very good, except I don't know where that yawn came from. Probably because I'm melting in this truck.
Open a window.
Yeah, we don't want you to suffocate.
You can see there's no breeze
suffocating. We don't want him suffocating Charles, do we?
Dies in truck. Fake Beatle dies in truck. Yeah.
Turn on the air. Have you got air in the car?
If I put the AC on, you won't hear me.
That makes sense. Well, you can't put the radio on. No,
well, who wants to?
But this is the
Charles, continue. Yeah, what I'm saying is your microphone is giving some kind of feedback, so just try and talk softly and a little bit further back and we'll hear it better. Continue about the event.
Which one, me?
No, it's not you. It's coming from Charles. His volume's up too high.
Okay, well, mine's pretty low.
You're perfect, Mitch. Don't worry about that. Go on, Charles. Tell us more about the event.
I was going to say, sadly, because of the world situation, this is the first time that we're not having our annual Magical History Tour to Liverpool and London, which I've been doing since 1983. And they canceled Beatle Week. The Cavern Club hasn't opened again yet, and it's just really sad, but better safe than any other scenario. So hopefully 2021 we'll go back to the Beatles.
What else have you got lined up, Charles?
What else have I got going on?
Yeah.
I'm going to be showering tonight and editing for a change.
Sorry? Say it again.
We
You're
had
going to
a
have
great
a shower. Is that what you said?
We most of what we've been doing. I had the Big Monkeys convention in February, as you know, and my thing now is I'm trying to get you more great guests, and I can tell you that John Lennon's sister Julia has agreed to come on your show.
That is amazing, Charles. What do I say? I'm blown away. I'm not going to tell you my age because I'm a first-generation baby boomer, and I shouldn't tell anyone my age. But do you know anybody from Australia, first of all, that's done over 100 interviews in 2.5 months, written 2,000 original songs right from 1981, and here he comes out of nowhere, and that's me out of the gate. And then what happens is people, one thing I've learned in America, they have to like you. And not that I'm looking for help, but the amount of people that have gone out of their way for me, I cannot thank you so much. I'll be honest with you. And I'm going to say it because I love you guys so much. I'm turning 62 years old on the 9th of July. I'm no spring chicken. This didn't happen overnight. Success for me came now at 62. I wonder what's going to happen when I'm 80.
Well, hopefully we'll still be on your show.
And you'll have a new truck by then.
Yeah, I'll be propped up in this one. So
He'll be texting us every day to do another show.
You know, they bury people in trucks. They bury people in trucks in the US, don't they?
I mean, to Charles's vocals from 1977. Go.
You guys got a thing going about the vocals, like one's taking each other's vocals. Well, you know, Charles was a stand-in for Davy Jones. He must have been good on the maracas.
I was good on the maracas and tambourines, actually. And I did
those down.
Yeah,
moves down. Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Yeah, I'm sure someone's going to sign you up for one of their videos, Charles. One of those dance videos, karaoke. I reckon you'd be the man.
Davy's turning over his grave at the thought of it.
Yeah.
You're so funny, Charles, honestly. If I don't do an interview and see your name come up with a text, something's wrong.
Well,
I mean, I love it. I concentrate on the interviews and I get your text coming and it cracks me up. I'm laughing inside.
I must tell you that in the, I want to say 90s, we put together a group. I think Mitch and Steve Landis, who's now in Rain, put it together. We called it the All-Star Beatlemania Band. And I remember Tom
up there. That was a really good convention to play. For me, I was out of my mind in those days. I was living the rock and roll lifestyle in New York City. Had come from the China Club, where I played a week's worth of shows there in Miami Beach. I was like half asleep on my feet. I think we had to use a couple other people's costumes. I know we used the gray collarless jackets, and I don't think they were mine. I think one of them was an extra Steve Landis one or somebody like that. I remember the show were really a lot of fun. It was good playing with the cast we had there. But I learned something about hotel security on that trip. I don't know if Charles remembers the story. I may not have even told him this. There was a woman that was following me around the convention. It was not my wife. My wife wasn't with me. I wasn't doing anything with this woman.
It might have been my mom.
One night, and she was actually in my room. She had figured out a way she figured out a way to tell the security that she was my girlfriend and was locked out of the room, and the hotel security let her in.
Wow.
It was kind of crazy. That was my first time of learning all the tricks of the trade on how to hide your stuff in your room, how to not have anything. There was a story where Les and I were on tour in Canada, and if you have your luggage tags on your bags in the backstage area of the theater, take your luggage tags off your bags, because Les had to change his phone number because some girl who was in there just saying hello, nothing tawdry or anything going on, looked at his luggage tag and got his phone number off the bag. His apartment, and his wife Elizabeth, and he got hell for it, but it wasn't his fault. So the first thing we learned, when you get your bags to wherever location you're going, take your tags off your bags, or for God's sake, don't bring them into your room with you, because people will go do the craziest things to get a hold of you. That's all.
That convention, not only did you guys perform, but you did a backstage interview with each other, which is amazing. I have it on video somewhere. Do you remember that?
Yeah, Steve did some amazing interviews back there. Great ones.
Yeah. Yeah, so we got to unearth that and maybe get it on Plastic Show. It was Steve Landis interviewing Mitch and Mitch interviewing this one. Who were the other guys? Weissman?
We had Justin. Didn't Justin play drums?
I think so.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. We were interviewing each other. Steve did some really good in-depth interviews. I'm wearing this, speaking of the Monkees, I'm wearing my Charivari jacket that I went and bought Stanley right after Mickey had left Charivari in New York. I mean, Charivari, remember all the clothing they wore on those tours? It was all, they were all endorsed by them. They got all the free clothes. But I remember I'm wearing that jacket, and I had that hair and my huge monstrous mullet because I didn't want to cut my hair anymore. So I would just take it in the back and shove it down my shirt and then blow it all out into Beatle hair. And then it would come out of my hair. It was down the middle of my back, but that's in the interview. You can see me in that hair there. So it was pretty crazy.
Wow. Great stuff. Did you, I don't know if you brought it up recently, but this Plastic EP, did you have a show in Australia called Joni Loves Chachi?
Yeah, that was huge. I saw his episode. That was huge down here in Australia. Happy Days and Joni Loves Chachi. That's been shown here with Mitch in the hospital.
Well, there's a famous Mitch episode.
That was a fun episode. That was great. That was a great episode.
I love it. You know, I got to tell you something. We're all fans of the Monkees and that, but look at this. Isn't this fantastic what Ron Dante sent me as a thank you because I interviewed him, and he had that drawn and he wants to use it for the cover of his unreleased Archie songs, and I asked him for it, and he sent it to me. I mean, how mad is that?
Look at that.
Wow. Ron's a great guy.
Great
and
guy.
you know what else he did? Sorry, Mitch. This is what he sent me. Didn't have to do anything for me. I never get free stuff. He sent me the box set. Hang on, we're getting there. Of the Archies. Signed it. But not only that, he wrote the Plastic EP. Yeah, look at the psychedelic I'm doing for you there, guys. And what he did is he signed every single 7 CDs plus the songbook. So there's the songbook, and there's every single album, song by 7 of them in the box there.
That's cool. Great. Very cool.
So we'll throw a plug for Ron Dante. If the Happy Together tour comes near you, definitely go see it. It's a great show. And Ron is one of the Turtles now. And he's just so wonderful. And he hangs out with the fans afterwards. What a great guy. Mitch, I don't know if you knew, in 2010, I did a show called Rock Con.
2018. Yeah, it was great.
100 rock stars. And it was supposed to be like Comic-Con, but a rock and roll version of it. We had 100 people who came, not 100 attendees, but 100 celebrities. And I just never continued the show, but he was one of them and became really good friends.
Well, Plastic, I'd like to stay on longer, but I really do have to go somewhere in this truck. So
no, do a delivery. You got to do a delivery. I understand.
Yes, but I have to do a pickup for the wife, you know.
We love you, Mitch. If you have to go, you can go. I'll just talk to Mitch a little bit more. And you know what? Thanks again for coming on saying happy birthday. If you just want to say one more time happy birthday and something, I can edit it and put it in the show. So I'll just let you say something before you go.
Happy birthday, Plastic. Have a great time in July and even now in June. Just keep celebrating and go past July as well. Have a fantastic time and happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Mitch, so much.
We'll talk soon, okay?
Sounds great.
You, all the best.
All right, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. He's gone.
Now we can talk about him.
Now we can say whatever we like. And you know what? You're sounding better.
Oh, interesting.
And you actually look better because you're pixelated.
No, I look better because I'm not next to him anymore. That's why. Mitch is
he's
great.
Gone. That was
He's
amazing from his truck.
He's still with us telekinetically. He's still with us.
I think he is, yeah. And you know what? Getting back to say something to you is fantastic for me. It's making my day. Here it's 11:25 a.m. in the morning, and it's really nice. I had things to do, and I made sure I was here on time for our interview because I knew the importance of it. And having him to come on was great. And as I said, now, because you look so great, this is the part I'm going to take your birthday wishes from here. So if you can redo it, It's going to come up better on the birthday show. So I'll let you talk. And also, please then mention again the live event. Okay?
I shall. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Thank you.
Happy birthday, baby. Oh, I love you so. Plastic EP. And that's the cut. And that's the take.
No, I'm going to leave it run. Keep on talking. You want to say your speech now because the pool one was a bit like, don't get me wrong, but the quality of that compared to this is pretty good too. So if you want to say something, say it in, I'll work it out.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to promote an event that we've got coming up on October 9th of this year. On the exact date, that would have been John Lennon's 80th birthday. We're presenting a show in Connecticut called Imagine 80. We're remembering John on what would have been his 80th birthday with a recreation of a concert that may have happened if he was still with us, with an amazing tribute band, with special effects, with multimedia, vendors, the works. And it's in Norwalk, Connecticut at the Norwalk Concert Hall on October 9th, 2020. It's going on, and we're going to be very safe. We're going to keep distances between the attendees. Rows will be spaced out, as will seats. Social distancing will be in place. Hopefully, everything will be back to normal in the world by then, but if not, we'll take all the precautions, and we're going to have a great time. Instant Karma and every possible John Lennon song from when he was with the Beatles straight through his solo career at this show. For information, visit www.rememberlennon.com. Thank you.
It's nearly sold out now, isn't it?
Well, so we had to have half the amount of people because you can't do 100% capacity. So what we did is we put only a certain amount of tickets on sale, and we're expecting to sell the other half the day of as walk-up, because you get more money on the day of a show when you sell tickets on the day of. But I'm guessing we're not going to do any of the day of sales, only advanced sales. So tickets are still available.
I got to say, I got a message for you now from Howard Cohen, and he says, "Hi, Charles. Yes, I have tickets for that Lennon Imagine 80. Glad it is still on." So you can see the fans are loving it, and they can't wait.
Excellent.
And I'll tell you something. If I could have flown out of Australia to come there, I would have come there too, just so you know. I would have paid my fare to come and see it.
You can't jump on the Starship Enterprise and zoom over?
They're not letting us out of Australia, unfortunately. My sons, I've got two sons, they bought tickets to go to Greece in July, and they can't go.
No.
That's just how it is here.
Right. So this has to be done with, and we have to invent the transporters like they have on our favorite show so that we can just beam up.
Is there any surprises you can tell me about the event, like give something away?
So there's a bunch of celebrity guests who are playing the waiting game.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Closer when things are, more normal in the world and they feel they're safe to go out on a stage. I can't say who it is, but we have someone very special who's never done a Beatles event who wants to join us. So hopefully he will, and a few others, but I can't say just yet.
No, that's fair enough. You have to confirm. Things are always changing. That's how things go in that business. But let me tell you what, I had a ball with Ashton doing the promo that's out there for the Lennon 80. She was great. I said, let's do something for the US for Charles. She goes, no problem. And, she's a model and she's great. And we look good together doing that promo. It's one of my favorite promos. And I was glad I got a big video from the Fab Four. They sent me the birthday video to use on the show. That to me is great. I got Ron Dante singing Sugar Sugar. I'll use that. Today I interviewed Frank Jekyll, right? I'll use that. I got so many great things, including yourself, to put in the show. Editing starts tomorrow. Do you know that? That's
great. You know what's interesting is you mentioned Frank Jekyll. You mentioned Ron Dante. So many of the people who are guests on your show were guests at the Rock Con that I produced in 2010. And they were nice enough, as you know, I've got a book coming out at the end of the year called Celebrities. It's called Monsters, Celebrities, Athletes, and Rock Stars, the book of 100 top 10 lists. And all those people were nice enough to give me their top 10 horror lists. We called Ron's list Dante's Inferno. We called Frank's list Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, obviously. And so many of those people were nice enough to contribute to that book. And when that comes out, I'm going to let you know instantly.
Of course, I don't want a signed copy, even if I have to pay for it. And we'll do the exclusive on the show. Because I'll tell you what now that comes across to me as one of your friends. You have such a passion for this thing that you put on the 100 Stars. It was called the 100 Stars, this event?
Rock Con, weekend of 100 Stars, yeah.
I'll tell you what, from what's coming across to me is that was pioneer stuff that you did. It was a once-only opportunity that you did that, and it's something that's very fond to you, and it's very memorable, and I'm sure if you could do it again, you would. But I even reckon the possibilities of doing it again are very hard. You're lucky you did it when you did, and that's what's close to your heart.
Very true. Yeah, and the special people like Sid Bernstein, who was the Beatles, who brought them over to the United States, not their manager, the promoter, and so many people. Clay Cole was a famous DJ in New York, a celebrity. He's the only guy who ever had the Beatles and the Rolling Stones on his own show. One of them was by tape, one of them was in person, but those people have passed, and it's really sad. Johnny Winter was supposed to be at the show, and he passed away. So I'm very proud of that. Thank you for mentioning that. That's something that, I pioneered and thought it was going to be huge, and it would eventually be like Comic-Con, where different rock stars every year would come together. And it was just so wonderful because Billy Hinchy, Ron Dante, Andy Kim, Tommy James, the list goes on of people who were there who just hung out with the fans. It wasn't like we're the rock stars and you're the attendees. Everyone was together. They were signing autographs. They were selling books. They were selling merch. And then when the show was over at night, they all came back together to jam on stage. And then we did what we call the Rock Con Icon Awards. So we gave awards to people like Spanky McFarlane from Spanky and Our Gang, John, one of the guys from the Yardbirds. All these people got their Lifetime Achievement Awards from us, which we thought eventually, we'll televise it. Eventually, it'll be pretty special. But I didn't have deep enough pockets, if I'm being honest, to keep that alive beyond that 1 year. But I'm very proud of 2010 for that reason. Thank you for mentioning that.
Have you got it on video, that event?
I believe I do.
Well, you know what you may have to do? We may have to do it as a special, and we introduce it, and you introduce it. And if you want me on it, I'll be on it. And we go through the video, and we put it out on YouTube, and we headline it like a show, and people can see that video. I think that's something that's got to be historical, that's got to be put on the internet like YouTube, and everybody in the world can see it for generations to come, because it's not happening again. It's like the Beatles rooftop. That's how historical it is. I'm just telling you. Where do you get 100 stars to do what they did? And you've got the footage. This is something that has to be a life thing that you have to do. You must do it, Charles.
The two things that I always wanted to transfer over so people could see was that, and then the events that we did in 2014. Well, all my interviews that I did at Beatle conventions with people like Richie Havens. So many people weren't with us. But in 2014, when we did the 4 nights of Beatle events in New York, one night was at the Apollo Theater. And it was just historic. I mean, people like Mary Wilson from the Supremes, Leslie Uggams, Lloyd Price, Gary U.S. Bonds, the lead singer of the Cookies, the lead singer of the Toys. All these great soul artists and R&B artists came out on the Apollo stage. They did one Beatles song, and then they did their own hit, and it was just so historic. The host was Geraldo Rivera, and we just had the greatest time. And I have that on video somewhere too, and it's never been shown. So I got to get to those things eventually.
See, what you got to understand is, Charles, I don't know if you got it on tape or what you got, but these tapes, they can demagnetize and start playing funny things within the tape, and then you've lost it. Like for me, for example, I got songs from 1981. I took the master quarter-inch tapes and went and transferred it to digital straight away because the tapes are self-dissolving into each other. That's why this is something you can't wait. You have to make sure the tape's all right and transfer it digitally while you can. And I can't say that more sincerely to you. You've got to get on it. It's not about the money. It's about the memories that are there that you don't want to go away, because that you've got something there that's going to be historical for life. And probably at that time when you did it, you're a pioneer to get it down on video for generations to see. Because as you said, these artists, they pass away. It's like me when I do interviews. And I tell people, please tell the story of what you need to say. Because in generations to come, they're going to watch this and they're going to say, oh, that's so-and-so. Now I understand who they are and what they're telling me. I already got that now. You and I are at a period of time where everything has to be documented historically. I'm already aware of that because everybody is not going to be here forever, including myself. And if you don't put it down now and document it on video, I'll tell you what, in 30 years' time, if you and me are still here, we'll be watching interviews of you and me, what we're doing now, and we'll have a chuckle, and we'll know that we put it down on video, and it's here. It's true, isn't it?
Well, you and I don't get serious very often, but you know what? You're 100% right. For posterity reasons, then 100% true. Good job, buddy. Yeah, definitely.
And all I want to say is, it's people like you.
There.
It's people like you. I'll tell you.
You're just frozen. I've just lost you.
No, you're back on. It's people like you. I wake up during the day. I can't wait to say hello to you, whether it be text, whether it be video, even on the, as I said, just a quick hello makes my day, because it's close friends that I've met in the States where I wake up every day and it gives my life so much happiness. You got no idea.
That's great.
I'm just saying that seriously, because this is my chance to say it to you. And even though this birthday event, you're going to be on it, we're going to have a laugh, people are going to enjoy it. I'm trying to do something that no one does. Like, you know, I look back at my videos now, and I've got the best of the videos. For example, I spoke to Kit. If you watch the Kit, there's some things there I say that are just like unique. I said to her, what's the worst Beatles song? And she said the words long, long, long from the White Album, but I thought she said long white line. Because I'm here in Australia, it came in my ears as long white line. And I said, is that the flip side of do we do it in the road? And then I got the Michael Jackson album, and I got it, and it's the same size as a steering wheel. And I said, put your seatbelt on, Kit. Then I had Ron McInnes from the Fab Four, and he's got the earphones on, the poor guy, and I'm yelling at the top of my lungs, and he goes, listen, I know you're in Australia, but can you turn it down a bit? I must have blown his eardrums. And it's things like that you look back, like you with the spaceship when you pulled out the drawing, and I'm thinking of all these great memories I got, the things that are unique that you don't see. Like, I'll be honest with you, right? I like to keep people intrigued and for them not to know what to expect. For example, I've told America we're going to do the show and it's going to be seen on the 10th of July. Guess what? There's a possibility I might release it a day earlier and not even wait, because the anticipation for it is, I don't want them to expect the expected. I want them to expect the unexpected. They don't know who's coming on. It's like when I did that, you saw that interview that blew your mind, that was out of this world. Jody that had the Lost in Space craft that floats on air on magnets. Who does that?
Crazy stuff.
That's blown my mind.
Well, you know, you've come out of nowhere and you've captured the imagination of people who love listening to you, watching you. They know you're a bit of a character, and they're part of your world. And I think you've somehow tapped into a missing element, because you're not only quantity, but you're quality. And I love you, man. It's like I've known you forever.
Me too. I told you. I feel like you're my brother, Charles. I feel that close to you, and I mean it sincerely. And
Cool.
people like Sean Weiss and all these other great people, John Radinsky, Stuart Hurst.
Yeah.
You know, these are the people that I'm just saying I've come across. I love them sincerely, and they mean a lot to me. And you know what? It's the friendships as well as the interviews. It's being part of a group of people, right, that are just unique people and have got, you know, just lovely people. You couldn't meet better people or hang out with better people or talk to better people. And you know what? makes the world go round when you've got friends like that. That's all I want to say.
Well, everyone you just mentioned I find them totally obnoxious. So I don't know what you're talking about.
That's all right, but you tend to exaggerate everything anyway, so it's all right.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I believe what you said, and you're very sincere, and I agree with it.
Anyway, I don't want to hold you up too much because I know you're a man with time. And as I said, I'm going to try not to do spontaneity things with you when I say, can you come on in 5 minutes or 10 minutes? I understand that you're the type of person that needs notice where I don't, okay? That's just how it is.
I have to brush my teeth. I have to change my underwear. I have to get ready.
I want to say a big hello to Chachi LaPret. Right? He's funny too. I love the guy. Anyway, Charles, we're going to say goodbye now. It's been great. We went 40 minutes, and whatever I want from you, I'll be using it for the show. I can't wait. And you've come in better with the sound. You look better. You look like 25.
See that?
See what happens?
God bless you, my friend. Happy birthday again, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks a lot, Charles. All right. All the best from Melbourne, Australia. And you're where are you again?
In Connecticut, Orange, Connecticut. I'm flying away. Bye. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.